Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Cut My Music Wrestling Uncut. I am the Black Patriot, and this is the Wrestling Podcast where we always put wrestling first because wrestling is the number one priority. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. We keep it raw here like Monday nights and live like SmackDown. So what I want to get into tonight is simple. I was going to do a Raw review, but I'm not going to. I watched the show. It was not very good at all. So instead of just going through and saying blow by blow what happened, I'm going to go through. I'm going to critique the show, and I'm going to just say what I think could have been done to better the show. My own notes, and just overall what is not going on. It is no secret that the ratings overall has been in the toilet. SmackDown hit record low viewership. It dipped below 1 million for the first time in its 2-decade-plus history. Raw is not faring any better. It's staying steady of what it's been for the last several months. But if you think about it, when it was first announced that when it actually moved to Netflix, that initial episode got 6 million viewers. Ever since then, it has steadily declined. Today, they're barely getting 2 million. This is a show that historically has competed with Monday Night Football. I think like the highest Raw rated ever is in the 8 millions. Started off at 6 million on Netflix, now can barely get 2 million. SmackDown, lowest ratings ever. What is the issue? On the surface, the issue is clear. The shows are not good. It's not quality, it's not entertaining, therefore it's boring and people are turning away in droves. And that's just on the surface. You can say Triple H is a bad booker. A lot of people have said it. You can say that the wrestlers are phoning it in. People have been saying that. But what you can't say is that the product is good. What you can't say is, oh, this show is 1,000,000 times better than anything AEW is doing. What you cannot say is these PLEs have been great. This was the first time that I can say WrestleMania was terrible. How do you fumble WrestleMania? How can you fumble John Cena turning heel? How can you fumble a John Cena's retirement tour? Never seen 17. The last time is now. This should be a big deal. This should be a huge deal. But instead, it feels like, okay, Cena is retiring. Wow. Like, what is this? We now know that the heel turn was born out of desperation. There was no reason for Cena to ever become a heel, but since WWE had nothing engaging, nothing to get the fans hooked, they had to go with a shock value thing and turn Cena heel. That is the creative team inability to book their top stars properly, inability to create new stars, and the unwillingness to push people that are getting over organically. It's like the fans are getting their hate booking back. WWE is back to just saying, we're going to book opposite of what fans want. No matter what kind of reaction we receive from the fans, we're going to do the opposite. Triple H already said, F off being a critic and just being a fan. So turn off your brain. Don't think about it. Don't apply any critical thinking skills. Dude, you cannot critique what you saw. That is against the law. That is against the rules. Just be a fan. In other words, take whatever we give you and shut up. That's lame. That is lame. That is why the shows are bad. That is why viewership and attendance is down. WWE and Triple H is digging themselves into a hole, but they can climb out of it, and they know how to climb out of it, but they just won't do it. I don't know if it's TKO. I don't know if they want a stale product, but this show has been 4 letters, 1 word, cold. Cold, bland, boring, unengaging, missable. You do not need to watch these shows. You do not need to watch Raw and SmackDown every week to get a gist of what's going on in WWE. The shows aren't entertaining enough to force you to want to tune in. You can certainly find something better to do. So let's look at this Raw. The show kicks off with our new World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk. So finally, CM Punk is the World Heavyweight Champion, and outside of Roman Reigns, I have to say CM Punk is the best choice for that title. At least he has star power. At least he has charisma. At least he can cut a promo. But CM Punk is mid-40s. He is not going to be around long. Do you really think CM Punk is going to be wrestling into his 50s? He's not. He's not. This is what I say. Inability to build new stars. Who is going to take over for CM Punk? Seth Rollins when he comes back? Seth Rollins is in his 40s as well. Braun Breaker? He's not ready. He's not ready. Just like I've said, Seth Rollins is not the guy. Braun Breaker is not the answer. And it's certainly not Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker is not ready for that top spot. He's not ready for the top belt. He cannot cut a promo, and he's not charismatic. He's nothing like Scott Steiner, his uncle. Not at all. Even when he try to be unhinged and say wild things out of his mouth, he sounds like a dork. As soon as he gets on the microphone, he cannot cut a promo. He's not charismatic. And he's not that big. He is jacked. He is strong, fast, and powerful in the ring. But he ain't no Brock Lesnar. He ain't the next big thing. CM Punk comes out and he's cutting his promo, but he's not saying anything. He waves the belt around. Mr. Seth tell him if he come back and get in his business, he'll lay him up again. He started listing off people who he wants to fight for his title because he wants to be a fighting champion. Ironically, he does not mention LA Knight. We'll touch more on LA Knight later. He does not mention LA Knight. LA Knight is not on this show. But all the people he mentions other than AJ Styles really don't deserve a title shot. Why would Sheamus deserve a title shot at this point in his career? Why would Dirty Dominic deserve a title shot? Like, come on. These are people that are obviously not world title contenders, yo. And Dom might win it one day, but he don't deserve it. Punk is known for cutting promos. That's one of his bread and butter, being a stick man, and this shit is mid. It further degenerates when Logan Paul and The Vision join in on this. It is just so bad. Like, terrible promo. Logan Paul is terrible. Braun Breaker is not good. Bronson Reed is just there. Only time Bronson Reed is relevant is when he's delivering a tsunami. It ends in a brawl segment. It's skippable. Nobody cares. The problem with this is that this storyline hasn't been going anywhere. That is the issue. It was dead in the water before Seth Rollins got hurt. Seth Rollins got hurt and he's gone, and the CM Punk is going to continue. But Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, even though they're pushed as contenders, they don't have it. This is all boring, skippable garbage. The first match is Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella versus the Judgment Day. Pretty status quo match. Nothing special going on here. that Judgment Day pick up the win. This means Roxanne got 2 pinfall victories over Nikki Bella. Raquel Rodriguez is going to get a title match with Stephanie Valkyrie. But again, there's nothing going on here. This is just a match for the sake of having a match. Their story is only a week or 2 old. There's nothing to this match. There are no storylines. There are no good, engaging, active storylines. That's the thing that is killing the product right now. I don't know if it's true that Triple H is using AI to generate these stories, but if so, that's just lame. That's just lame. I have no reason to care about this match, and I like everyone involved. Roxanne Perez, in the absence of Liv Morgan, is my favorite female wrestler in WWE currently. My all-time favorite AJ Lee is back, but she's been missing in action. So Roxanne gets another win. I care about that. And maybe after Stephanie Valkyrie beats Raquel Rodriguez, maybe Roxanne will get a shot at the title. I think that'll be a good match, but there's nothing to see here, man. Nothing to see. This is the show. It started out boring. It's not going anywhere. After this match, you get a promo segment advertising the John Cena's retirement tour tournament. A whole bunch of jobbers fighting to see who gets to face John Cena. There's nothing to see here. There's no action. There's no drama. There's nothing engaging. There's no story. There's no feud. There's no rivalries. There is nothing to sink your teeth into. Moving right along, yo. Then you get a segment with CM Punk and Jey Uso backstage. And the only thing to take away of this is how nonsensical it is for Jey Uso to just wrestle the hell out of CM Punk in their feud. But he was so disappointed in himself for losing, but now he turns around and wants to help CM Punk. Why in the hell would Jey Uso want to help the man to just beat him for the World Heavyweight title? This stupid, nonsensical, illogical booking has got to stop. This is what's killing WWE. Punk says, am I looking at main event Jey Uso or Little Roman? Jey Uso like, this is main event, and I'm going to help you with the vision. That is the setup for the main event. Next, you get Penta versus El Grande Americano in a mid-ass match. I've seen better from both of these guys, and this match was okay. If I had to grade it, honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I will give this match a 6. They were just phoning it in. They weren't trying. You get Los Americanos interfering until they're ejected, but before one of them leaves, he was able to give Grande Americano a steel plate, which he tries to use, but Penta counters with a super kick and finish him with a Mexican destroyer from the ropes. Like I said, average. Mid. Everybody has been calling these shows mid to boring for a while now. So it's status quo at this point. You're going to get a mid to boring show every time. That is why viewership is tanking. That is why attendance is dropping. And then WWE has the audacity to hike up ticket prices. People who do pay and still attend these shows are spending a fortune for bad seats. This is what's hurting them. You're not about to charge people with common sense, arm and a leg, for a ticket to a show that's terrible. After that lackluster match, there's a good promo session between Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic is getting over like Rover, and I don't mind seeing that. I don't mind seeing Dominic get over, and how WWE chooses to go forward with this Dom thing is going to say a lot about their company, because they're choosing to put titles on him and he's getting over when LA Knight has been over this entire time and they're just ignoring him. But we will see. So Rey Mysterio, this has a dynamic, and this feud goes back. So if you want to go, long term storytelling, they circled back to the "I'm Your Pappy" Rey Mysterio and Dominic exchange that they've been having going on for a while. If that's your thing, great. They end up coming to blows, and Rey Mysterio gets a 619 on Dominic. But the gist of this was that, and Ray told him, you will never be the best Mysterio. You will never be the king of the cruiserweights as long as I'm around. So is Dominic going to finally vanquish his father and claim that right? And I think he should. I think Rey Mysterio should lay down for Dominic. Not lay down, but Dom should go over. Put your son over. Help him become a bigger star. Then you get a Bayley and Lyra. Well, actually, there was a brief promo from Becky Lynch that was good. She didn't have much to say. I think if she was only on the mic for probably about 3 minutes, something like that. But she did have a good one-liner when the crowd was getting in her, and she was like, "Oh, shut up. You wouldn't know cool if it slapped you in the face. The only thing cool about New Mexico is a TV show made about how much meth you people use." So she's hilarious, and she has a way with words. Anytime Becky speaks, it's worth listening to. So her promo was brief, but it was fire. Then you get the match between the Kabuki Warriors and Lyra Valkyria, and this match is what it is. It's not something to write home about. It's not something you need to care about, except for the Kabuki Warriors have been building momentum over the weeks. Asuka's hilarious. I've always liked the Kabuki Warriors. I liked them their first go around. I like them individually as wrestlers, and so I'm happy to at least see that they are going somewhere. That this is going somewhere. The Kabuki Warriors should be next in line for a world title shot, and Bayley didn't get pinned. Lyra was forced to tap out. So at least Bayley ain't jobbing. I like Bayley. That's my boo. So at least she ain't jobbing. I like Lyra too. I like everybody involved in this match. Everybody who's been following know I'm biased to my ladies. So it was a good match. It was nothing special. Nothing to write home about, but at least some form of momentum was built, and that is a good thing. See, WWE has been known recently to start and stop storylines, and they'll just stop them out of the blue. Matter of fact, the greatest example is John Cena's heel turn, which he then turned face, and he just randomly came out on a random episode of SmackDown and was like, "I'm turning face again." Let's see where this goes. It has the potential to go nowhere. Just like AJ Lee's return. I was so hyped for it. Made a video about it on the channel. And then she had the mixed tag match at WrestlePalooza and then hasn't been seen since. So, main event time. Punk and Jay versus The Vision. And this match was blah, blah, blah. Who cares? It descended into a brawl at the end. The only good thing about this is a storyline could be developing. Logan Paul came out with brass knucks, acted like he was going to help Punk, and then laid Punk out and gave the brass knucks to Paul Heyman. So everybody was saying it was going to be Brock Lesnar. People were saying it was going to be Austin Theory. I guess it's going to be Logan Paul. He's going to come into the group. We're going to see where this is going. If I had to grade this show, I would give it a C. It was mid. A lot of it was bad. The ending was decent because it set us up to go somewhere. WWE has a tendency to start storylines and drop them. This has the potential to go nowhere. But the thing about it is, at least it's something. What happened with the New Day? Excellent heel turn. And then what happened? Goes nowhere. LA Knight's been super over. What happens with LA Knight? He gets nothing from creative. Drew McIntyre. Why is it a guy that can cut promos, looks great, can go in a ring? Why is he consistently jobbed out? He had one title reign in 2024 that lasted several minutes when he was cashed in on by Damian Priest. How can you be okay with allowing Damian Priest or Gunther to have a title reign, and in Gunther's case, multiple world title reigns, but Drew McIntyre is jobbed out? LA Knight gets nothing? You're not creating new stars? You're doing nothing with stars that actually try to find a way to get over? This has happened consistently in the women's division. Tiffany Stratton got over. Rhea Ripley is over like Rover, but we barely see her on TV. I mean, obviously she's injured now, but that seems to be a pattern for Rhea. She's not on TV even when she's the champion. She's injured. So she's been consistently not around for like 2 years. We don't get to see Rhea. We don't get anything from the obvious choice of the fans. It is like they want us to bash this show. They want us to hate the product, but Triple H would tell you to F off if you don't like it. And Nick Khan is saying the exuberant ticket prices is where they are right now. He supports it. He backs it. Vince understood that families is what wrestling is all about, where you can come and you can bring your whole family and you can enjoy a good show. That makes people want to spend money. What's going on now makes people want to not spend money. And no matter what WWE is supposed to be, it is a business, and businesses are supposed to be about making money. But record level attendance droppage and record low viewerships show you that this product is not engaging. It is not drawing people in. It is actually repulsing people and turning them away. There is no way that in 2025 that a guy like CM Punk should be needed to be the world champion. He's the world champion because he's the only option. There's no megastar outside of Roman Reigns. So you have to turn to a guy like CM Punk. That would be like Stone Cold Steve Austin needing Hulk Hogan or somebody from that era to return, or like Hogan needed Bruno to keep returning because he couldn't carry the company. But those guys could secure the company and secure the bag and have WWE moving forward. Right now, it is moving backwards, and that blame could be only levied on Triple H. He is in the process of actively destroying the promotion that made him a household name, that made him a millionaire, that has sustained his family and the family that he married into for generations. I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's about, but it is not good. It is not healthy, and it is not right. And I hate to see WWE in this current state. I hate to see a product that we all enjoy, that we all love, just become meh. Just like, I don't even need to watch it. Not do I not want to watch it. I don't have to. There's nothing engaging. There's nothing gripping. There's nothing compelling going on. And the shows are 3 hours. And they have these long, drawn out matches. And it's not good. AEW has better wrestling matches. So if I just want to watch wrestling matches, I could watch AEW. I could watch New Japan. I could watch Stardom. Almost any promotion outside WWE will have better actual wrestling matches. So what you want from WWE is gripping and engaging and compelling storylines. You want plots. You want drama. You want action. They used to call it a male soap opera. You want a match because of a rivalry, not just for the sake of having matches, not champions just holding titles just to hold titles. You get to the point where you can predict who's going to win, and that is not good. Wrestling supposed to be unpredictable. You can bet on what's going on. Champions just holding champions. 50-50 booking when nobody is getting over. This is the stuff that is killing the company. And I believe it's incompetence. Other people think it is the way the company is going to be booked and going forward. And if this is the style that WWE is employing going forward, you can see that it's turning fans off. Fans are taking their money and they're effing off like Triple H told them to do, to the detriment of the company. And I keep saying to the company because the product is already bad. The shows are terrible. NXT is better than Raw and SmackDown. AEW is better than Raw and SmackDown. So the shows are already terrible. The shows are pushing fans away. Attendance and ratings are down. That is going to start affecting the company. When you're getting worse ratings than WCW in its dying days, that tells you your product is trash. When Vince Russo is criticizing your product, that tells you that that product is in the toilet. Everybody is noticing. Everybody is speaking out about it. Everybody is criticizing, and Triple H wants you to F off. Well, guess what, Hunter? We are effing off. We are. We're doing something else with our Monday nights. We're doing something else with our Friday nights. We're not watching SmackDown. We're not watching Raw. And we certainly aren't watching your PLEs. So you're going to get your wish. We're going to F off. Again, guys, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm the Black Patriot. This is Cut My Music Wrestling Uncut. I'll be here. I will always be here, bringing you wrestling content that you can bank on. Also, remember, Cut My Music Wrestling is the main page. Subscribe to both. We got good things on both channels for you. Peace out. Stay safe.